Hi, my name's Sam Lewis and I am the Miss Royal Cheshire for 2021. My platform at the moment is empowering women and girls and ensuring that they know how to move forward in a positive way and to actually see the beauty within themselves. Today I'm going to be interviewing Petch. Petch is our 2020 Royal International Miss UK role model. Casey, hi, nice for you to come on and speak to us.
Hi Sam, how you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, of course. So I am fairly new to pageantry. I only started in the end of 2018, start of 2019. Prior to that, I was very much into musical theatre, drama, and then 5 years ago when I joined the army to be a nurse, I had to kind of give all that up. So I kind of have a craving to get back into that side of my life. But with work commitments and things like that, it gets a bit harder to find the time. So pageantry was kind of a step into that, and I absolutely love it. And it's so much fun. You meet so many people. So at the moment, I am just one of the nurses that are kind of helping with this pandemic.
So you're busy at the moment.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, the hospitals, it's very strange at the moment. So you get areas of the hospitals that are really, really empty, and that's because they've obviously moved as many patients out that don't need to be there to keep them safe and to allow the hospitals to be filled with individuals who require it. And then there's other areas like the critical care areas, which are really busy at the moment. So it's a bit of a interesting scenario when it comes to the hospitals at the moment.
I bet it is very busy. Well, you're doing great work and congratulations on your title as well. I bet you made up. How did that feel getting that?
Unbelievable, honestly. Like I know it sounds really like cheesy, but it is an amazing feeling. I always remember watching the videos, especially things like Miss Congeniality, where the girls are like, oh, and it is, and you can't help but do that because it is, yeah, literally. You're like, I'll never be that person, and then you're like, oh, my name's actually been called. It's an incredible feeling, and I feel very, very honoured to be in a position to represent a Royal International Miss as a system. It's one that I came across over a year ago, competed in it a previous year, and just fell in love with the actual system. So I feel so honoured to be a part of it and be one of the current queens.
Well done, you've well deserved. I've seen all the work that you've done over the past year. You've been non-stop, so you've been a brilliant role model for a lot of us, so congratulations again. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions for you today, just talking about empowerment in women. So first of all, what I wanted to ask you is, what was it that initially got you into pageantry? What was the thing that made you go, I'm going to do that?
Do you know what? So I never realised how big pageantry was in the UK. So for me, obviously, I you know, you hear it, and I know they've got things like the Miss World and the Miss Universe, which obviously incorporate countries all over the world. But I always just thought of America. That's what I thought of. And then when I came across an advert on a site that I have a profile on to do sort of like extra work and stuff like that, I was like, this seems really interesting. And I kind of thought, why not? Let's see what it's all about. Like, sounds like it's right up my street, get to do a bit of performing on stage and stuff. And that's what it initially was for me. I think I was very naive in not realising how much work goes into being a pageant girl. And I think that's what a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
But I think I was naive to it. I just thought, oh, quite fancy a crowd. As you do. And when I actually got there, I kind of just got the bug, and I was like, this is amazing. You know, everyone's so friendly. Everyone's here for their own personal reasons. Things like gaining further confidence within themselves, or, you know, giving themselves a challenge. And you just get to meet so many amazing people from so many different walks of life. So yeah, it's like a bug. You get a little bit and then you want more.
It's very addictive, isn't it? Yeah. Very addictive. But as you say, it's nice to see everybody come into it for their own reasons, and they're all different reasons, aren't they? Which is lovely. Okay, so what does pageantry mean to you now, and why do you continue to be involved?
So pageantry to me means that you get to meet loads of people, but you get to influence people in a positive way. Gone are the days where pageantry is all about the way you look. It is massively about you as a character, what you can bring to the table, and what you can give other people. And for me, it's all about giving people time. For the younger generations, it's about trying to support them in ways and get them involved in ways that's going to encourage them as an adult and throughout their career, throughout their life. But it impacts on them, and I think that's what the younger generations definitely need, especially with things like social media and things like that. It's a great tool, it's a very powerful tool, but it can also be a very negative tool if used incorrectly. So for me, it's about having support from people with like-mindedness, and being able to reach a lot more people, and just make a difference in the world in a positive manner, to be honest with you. And that's why I stick with the systems, because once you found a system that you feel comfortable in, you do feel like family. Like, I honestly feel like I've got a massive extended family now. I have received more support of some of these girls that I've known for less than a year than I've received of people that I've known for all my life.
Yeah.
And it just makes a big difference. You've got people that you can go to for different things. They understand you in a way that not everyone else does, and it's just family.
And do you think you'll always be involved in pageantry now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Whether it's either doing this or helping out backstage, or being the crazy choreographer, not that I can dance, but or just helping out on the day. I think, yeah, now that I've got into it and I see the difference it makes on so many girls and boys, for the boys that do it, but for the girls, especially the younger ones, like in terms of the confidence it gives them for things like going into interviews when they're older, for university interviews, for work interviews, and giving them a focus in the community to do community work and stuff. I think they're so important. I do.
Yeah, I think it has a big influence on the way they grow up into the person that they grow into, doesn't it? Are there any other life events that you think that could actually help them with pageantry, that it could empower them into and support them with?
So I think in terms of going back to like social media, I know a lot of people feel like the statistics from last year said that 46% of people from the age of 15 to 24 feel inadequate compared to others, especially with social media, because they're constantly comparing themselves. I think in situations where kids get bullied a lot, it gives them somewhere to come where they feel secure and feel part of something. I think as an adult, it gives you an outlook from away from work, so things like either getting involved in volunteering to do with family things. If you've got a family and you can get your whole family involved, it gives you time to spend with them. I think if you work in a stressful job, it can be a bit of a de-stressor when you kind of put time aside to help out someone else. And I tell you, the impact not only it gives them, because obviously when you help somebody else out, it massively impacts on their life in a positive manner, but actually the reward you get from yourself in knowing that you've helped somebody else, I think it's amazing. Like, you don't go out to get gratitude, but seeing somebody smile just makes all the difference in the world.
And it's knowing that you're making a difference as well, isn't it? It gives you that sense of achievement too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could have people who are failing at school, or they're struggling at school, or I should say getting bullied, but then as soon as they come to pageantry, they're welcomed with open arms, aren't they? And everybody's like, wow, isn't she lovely, isn't she, and it just puts back what maybe the bullies are taking away, which is a really really good thing to do. Yeah. And I think a lot of people as well, they tend to look at it as like an alter ego. I know I do.
I love it.
I enjoy being that girl.
Like you're on stage and something you just would never wear in public, like, yeah, check it out. I love it.
Yeah. I walk down the street and go to the shop around the corner and be like, don't look at me, don't look at me. But put me on the stage and I'm like, yes, I'm here, I've arrived. and I'm a completely different Sam. And I think I enjoy that because I get what's missing. Do you know what I mean? I get what's missing in my own life, because sometimes you can't really walk down the street with a crown on and be like, "Let's look at me. Do you know who I am? I'm a queen." And I think just having that opportunity to do that sometimes can pick up spirits and, you know, make you more confident and
definitely. I mean, in my job role, I look like a bloke most of the time. I've got my hair sprayed up in a bun. Like the military, obviously, you don't really wear makeup and stuff like that. All the clothing is male-y, it's like cut for men, not women. And so it's so nice even just to get glammed up and
I think on like the
actual day. Yeah, you just and have some nice photos and, you know, have some girls' time as well. And it's the days.
I think it's getting to see you the best you can be, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people say to me about pageantry, "What are you doing pageantry for? What are you doing pageantry for?" And I say to them, "Well, when else do I get to put a dress on like that, get my hair done, get my makeup? I don't go out anywhere. I've got 3 kids. I'm running 2 businesses. So it's the only time I can actually get out and be all glam, and it makes me feel good." So I think it's that as well, isn't it?
I totally agree with that.
Definitely. Okay, so what empowers you? You know, when you get up in the morning, what makes you go, "Right, I'm here, I'm going to do something"? What empowers you day to day?
So the one thing I always do is I'll start off in the morning and I'll have like 5-10 minutes of just prayer time. I know everyone's a bit different, but I just feel like regardless of how I've woken up, because I know I get some people can just wake up and for whatever reason they're in a bad mood before they've even like got out of bed, and so I always just think like if I give myself about 5-10 minutes, say some prayers and just really thank God for the day and for all the blessings that I've got. And then I just feel like I can get up and I can get on with my day, and regardless of what's going to happen, it'll be a good day, even though sometimes it's not the day that you expect. Sometimes you can be surprised. So for me, praying helps me quite a lot and it helps focus me. I think with the job that I'm in, it kind of just, you can't just turn up, you can't wake up one day and be like, "I can't bother today." You don't get that option. Like, you are responsible for other people. You have to turn up. If you don't turn up, then you're letting not just yourself down. So I think in that sense, having that responsibility also gets me up in the morning and gets me going. Plus the fire alarms that go off in the building, they definitely get me up in the morning.
You are getting up.
I am getting up. They do fire drills like an hour 3 days a week. I'm like, oh,
Would you say your purpose is your drive?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I know that I'm in a very fortunate position where I get to help people on a daily basis, and for me that is worth getting up for. That is definitely worth getting up for.
I agree. You're well needed, Mrs. Well needed. Do you have a life quote or something that you abide by in life, that keeps you going?
I've got so many, but I think the one that I've always, it was out of a film actually, and I just thought that is so true. So the quote is, "Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game." And obviously it's talking about baseball, but I just think, because everyone brings something to the table, and just because you might not know what that is, or you might not recognise it in yourself, doesn't mean others aren't going to recognise it. And if you psych yourself out to make yourself believe that you're not worth it, or it's not right that you should be there, then you don't know how much you can accomplish. So that's the one that I always live by. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. So if you could give a message to all our pageant girls, and I'm going to show this to my cancer patients too.
Yeah.
If you could give them any kind of message that would empower them and help them move forward, what would you say?
That you are braver than you think, stronger than you seem, smarter, definitely smarter than you think you are. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. The only thing that stops you is yourself, and you are more loved than you will ever realise.
I love that. I love that.
That's what I would say to everyone, because it's all about, you know, people should feel valued, they should know they're loved, and every single person needs to be here. Everyone's here for a reason, and whether they know that reason or not. So,
and do you know what really, really gets to me as well is people don't know all that.
Yeah.
Until they die, and then people are at their funerals saying all that, and it's the wrong time to be saying all that. Don't really say it to people now, because that's when they need to hear it, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, totally mad. Oh well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on and speaking to me and supporting them.
No, I appreciate you letting me come and say hi.
Let's hope we can make a difference to quite a few ladies in the pageantry, and also across the cancer network, so to speak.
Yeah, ladies, keep rocking it, because honestly, you're doing amazing.
They totally are. They totally are. Well, thanks very much, everybody. I shall see you next time on my empowering videos.